What is going on, guys? This is JW Films, and this is the pre-show to JW Elimination Chamber, in which every single title in the JW will be on the line tonight. Should be up on the 22nd, the day of Fastlane, but this, of course, is going up Saturday, as part of our pre-show. We got Damien Sandow making his entrance, and he's going to face Bo Dallas, who's already in the ring. See Damien Sandow sporting that robe, and more of a vintage attire, I guess you could say, for Sandow, and his 2012-2011 debut. And we're going to see a match here from the impressive Damien Sandow, who we've seen two other matches from. I believe one of them was against Kane, in which Damien Sandow was Kane-Dow, and then one against Xavier Woods, which he was back to normal Sandow, and again, normal Damien Sandow here as he's squaring off with Bo Dallas now. Slam to the mat of Bo Dallas. So the JW Elimination Chamber, very big event here tonight. Of course, every title on the line tonight. No titles on the line in this pre-show, of course, but this match right here will actually determine who will face the Hardcore Champion on Monday night's Raw. I guess you could call it a number one contendership, but because of the nature of the Hardcore Championship, in which can really be defended for at any moment, at any moment's notice. It's not too special, but it is something. So we could either see Bo Dallas or Damien Sandow going for the Hardcore title, either facing RVD or Fandango, whoever comes out of that match victorious, as Damien Sandow now gets to serious work on Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas hasn't gotten much moves in, but he's gotten some. Irish whip now by Damien Sandow. On that big drop by Sandow. Old school kind of move there. Of course, Sandow trained by, actually forgetting who he's trained by, but it was one of the more brutal wrestlers that we've seen. That's where we get that kind of style from Damien Sandow. I'm forgetting the name exactly of who he's trained from, but you can look that up yourself, as Damien Sandow pokes the eye of Bo Dallas. Now big suplex. Sandow gonna go for the pin, and Bo Dallas kicks out. So lots of epic matches here tonight, and this one looking to be one for Damien Sandow at least, because Bo Dallas is out of luck here. Oh, and he reverses a move by Damien Sandow, actually, just as speaking of it. Takes his time to taunt, but that's gonna cost him a big drop to the chest by Sandow. Yeah, so a lot of epic matches here tonight. Every title, of course, is on the line. We'll get to that in a second. We'll show you all the matches tonight and to briefly explain them. The Kibito Akiyet Elbow of Disdain connects by Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow stalking Bo Dallas. And Sandow hits his finisher. Gonna go for the cover now onto Bo Dallas. 1, 2, 3. Damien Sandow will be facing whoever the winner is of the Hardcore title. Currently the champion is Rob Van Dam. Let's see if he can retain it against Fandango in the part 1 of the JW Elimination Chamber, or possibly part 2 actually. Not sure which one that'll go up, but you'll surely know if you're gonna be watching them. We got some epic matches, of course, as I keep saying, and you're about to see why. As we saw there, that replay, Damien Sandow gets the victory, and he wipes it off his shoulder, I guess you could say. That cartwheel by Damien Sandow. So, an impressive victory on the, I guess you could call it his first pay-per-view match, although it's on the pre-show. But, I would still qualify that as a pay-per-view match. Of course, none of this is actually pay-per-view. This is all free here on our YouTube. As we're not getting into matches, this is the Beast Rusev facing the undefeated European champion Cesaro. Very personal feud it's been on Raw. We got Dolph Ziggler and Bad News Barrett. We saw some tactics by Bad News Barrett on this just past SmackDown. Made this match a bit more personal. We got the World Tag Team Championships on the line on Raw. The Brotherhood against the Wyatt family. Then we got Team Hell No facing the Usos. Of course, the Usos winning their tag team title right on SmackDown a few weeks ago. We got Hardcore Championship Rob Van Dam vs Fandango. A very heated feud between a member of the NWO, Fandango, and Rob Van Dam, who's had his issues. We got the Elimination Chamber for the Undisputed Championship, a match full of legends from different eras. And then we got the JW Raw Elimination Chamber with the big guy Ryback set to make his debut, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. defending the title against 5 of JW Raw's finest, as we're now moving on to the SmackDown portion of the pre-show. Of course, we're in Minneapolis, Minnesota tonight, and John Cena is going to be facing the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. Now, both of these men made their debuts within the past few weeks on JW SmackDown, or at least their 2015 debuts. We know that John Cena had some success in the JW under actually the Shield persona, if you remember, in Wwe 13. I doubt you do, because that channel is no longer, and you know, maybe we still have some of the old fans back here. We had about 1,500 subscribers, and you know, pretty much 1,000 views per episode. So maybe you'll remember that. John Cena was part of the Shield, of course. Sheamus and Ryback as well, part of that group, in which those three kind of fought for their spot on TV because they were being underutilized, as they were so used to being utilized heavily on WWE programming, of course. It was a very interesting angle over on JW SmackDown and WWE 13, but now all three of those men seem to have split off, and yeah, and now we have Randy Orton, who also in WWE 13 had a little bit more success than John Cena, I would say. I believe he was in the Intercontinental Championship, or United States Championship, whichever one it was. Pretty sure the United States Championship picture a couple times, possibly. And I know he had a pretty epic feud with Mark Henry, and that all culminated at JW WrestleMania #1, in which that match was a Falls Count Anywhere, I think. And I went all the way to backstage. Some good stuff. JW WrestleMania that brings out the best in JW programming, and of course WrestleMania is not too far away, but we got to get past Elimination Chamber tonight. And of course we know on JW Raw's side, the Royal Rumble winner, CM Punk, will presumably face one of those 6 men in the Elimination Chamber if everything goes as planned. So Randy Orton, the Apex Predator, making his way to the ring. And we haven't seen much action from any of these men. I don't think any of them actually have a win yet, and in the JW, as part of this 2015 season, I guess you could call it. And we'll just have to see which one of them can overcome the other, and start building a little bit of momentum here in the JW. So Randy Orton's going to do that pose, and we're going to have ourselves a match here. Should be a very good one indeed. Of course, a JB SmackDown side match of 2 recently debuting, or re-debuting superstars. John Cena gets control of that lockup, gets Randy Orton on the mat. Seeing a bit of chain wrestling here. Randy Orton's got John Cena, John Cena's head in between his legs, and wearing down on John Cena's head. Some strategy by Randy Orton as John Cena gets that, I don't know exactly what you'd call that, but you know, he reversed that, whatever Randy Orton was throwing at him, with his arm. Randy Orton, big elbow drop off of the top rope. The Viper is fired up tonight. Of course, Randy Orton 2011, actually, if you've noticed, from the One More Match DLC, one of our sponsors, your JW Elimination Chamber, Wwe 2K15. The game is bad. Perfect gift for anyone you want to disappoint extremely. Speaking of which, during the filming of the Raw Elimination Chamber, I can tell you it was certainly hectic, and you know, many restarts, but the best possible match that we had was the one you're gonna see. But we had plenty of matches. Might upload some sort of a reel on an alternate channel, maybe, if you're interested in that kind of thing. The blooper matches that don't go as planned, as we have them, of course, when you got 4 computers against 2 of us. Of course, now big 5-knuckle shuffle from the top rope by John Cena, very impressive. John Cena's got 48% momentum, now on 54, and Randy Orton is struggling back there at 28%, as Randy Orton's approaching, I guess, what would you call it? Yellow. I guess I'll just call it yellow. I was going to call it something else. But he's into the yellow zone of health now, peeking a bit of red. John Cena is still in pretty good condition for how far he is in the match. At about 95% momentum now. We should see a signature soon by the franchise. Leader of the C Nation, John Cena. He's got that signature now. And he connects with that move I've never seen him do. I'm really curious to actually see him do that, and I might actually look it up because I'm so curious. Randy Orton gets back in the ring, punches on John Cena, trying to rebuild some of that momentum. Big drop kick by Orton. forgetting to mention this, I, of course, am Jack Epixter, and will be joining me, of course, for the other portions of the Elimination Chamber. Randy Orton's got that submission in. It's pretty close to John Cena tapping out, but John Cena just crawls to the ropes. That wore down John Cena a lot. Big drop kick now. Oh, and John Cena, he's got the fireman's carry. Attitude adjustment. 2. Randy Orton kicks out at 2.5. Randy Orton slowly getting up. Oh, now he's fired up. Comeback move by Orton. Connects with a clothesline. Oh, and John Cena counters. Lutez press. Beats down on Orton. Cena now picks up Randy Orton. Very interesting move by Randy Orton. Almost a powerbomb kind of hold into some sort of a neck breaker, it looked like. Not exactly sure what it'd be called, but it was certainly devastating. It knocked down John Cena for a little bit. That was a big blow by Randy Orton. A lot of Randy Orton shirts in the crowd, actually. Interestingly enough, Randy Orton now on the apron and connects with that leverage DDT, as I'll call it. Randy Orton appears to be rebuilding some of that momentum. Orton's calling for it. He's hearing the voices in his head. RKO connects by Orton. Down to a knee, going for the pin now. And Orton is going to get the victory here on the JW Elimination Chamber pre-show. So, very impressive match. Back and forth match between these two. There we saw the attitude adjustment where I personally thought it was it. But Randy Orton, as you'll see, he will kick out at 2.5. And of course the RKO that ended it all. Randy Orton a bit winded after that, so luckily the match didn't continue any further. And Randy Orton's going to have this victory in the books, as Orton is very excited to pick up his first victory here in the 2015 season of the JW. And speaking of which, you can check out all of the JW programming, JW Raw, JW SmackDown, and of course JW Elimination Chamber Part 1 and 2, which of course will be up on the same day as WWE Fastlane, the 22nd, and if you're seeing this the day of, this is Saturday. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you at Chamber.